Welcome everyone, my name is Eric. In this video I would like to talk a little bit about high poly models, talk a little bit about normal maps, which are associated usually with low poly models. So let's start. High poly models, as the name suggests, they have a high amount of polygons, and we use them, usually this kind of models, because of the quality they give us. All the details and all the beautiful reflections from the surface of the model. One of the drawbacks of high poly models is that they are very heavy for the scene. And also it's very hard to animate them if you have high poly character, and they are very heavy for the game engines. So to compensate all those drawbacks that we have from high poly models, we create low poly models which are much easier to handle in the scenes, during the animation, or for the game engines. The problem with low poly model is that they usually don't have all the details that you have in high poly models. So to have all those beautiful details from high poly model on low poly model, we have to bake the normal map. So what is a normal map? In simple words, normal map is kind of texture that tells game engines and other 3D softwares how to bounce the light from the surface of the model. We are using a method called baking to save all the information how the light bounces from the high poly surface to a single texture. And when we apply such normal map to a low poly model, it helps create the illusion that the low poly model appears to be high poly model. Let's talk right now about low poly models and normal maps, and about the relationship between them. Usually low poly models are created through the process called retopology, and as a beginner, very often you might struggle how to properly create low poly model. Let's look at this example. Here you have spent so many hours to create this high poly model. Later you spend some time to create low poly model. You bake the normal map and you apply the normal map on low poly model. And then you notice there is something wrong. And you ask yourself why the low poly model doesn't look like high poly model. What did happen? Well, the answer is very simple. Your low poly model doesn't have enough resolution. So what I mean by that? Look at the high poly model. To have this beautiful curve, this segment from here to here have 10 edges. That's why it looks so smooth. But low poly model have 0 here. It have only edge here and here, but doesn't have extra edges to give this extra curve. And that is the reason why normal map will not give you the proper illusion of the curve, because it doesn't have enough supporting edges. Let's look at another example. As you can see in this example, this low poly model have extra 5 edges to give this appearance of curve. It's not perfect, it's not smooth, but it's enough to give you illusion of smooth transition. In my opinion, it's very important when you create low poly mesh, you have to remember that your low poly model has to have enough supporting edges to support the normal map. Let's quickly check another example. On the left side we have high poly model. 128, this number tells us how many edges have this circle. On the right side we have low poly models, and those low poly models have assigned normal map. And the numbers of course indicate how many edges have each circle. From my personal experience, when it's about normal maps and circles, the best results you will get when the circles are in between 16 and 32 edges. But you have to remember, this video is just a guidance for you, and all those numbers you saw, these are just hints, so you didn't have to spend many hours to figure out by yourself where the problem is and how to fix it. Before I finish this video, I want to let you know, sadly there is no magic equation that will tell you how to create low poly models. Only through the practice you will learn how to create proper low poly models and bake the normal maps for them. Thanks to experience, this process will become much easier for you in the future. All the blend files with the scenes you saw in this video you can download from the links below. This way you can explore this topic a little bit by yourself. If you like this video, please consider to subscribe to this channel. Also, don't forget press the like button and notification bell. Thank you very much.